Welcome to Coffee Time, a show that focuses on 3 important ingredients: your favorite celebrity, intriguing conversation, and of course, a cup of coffee. I'm your host, Alexis Morgan. Follow me as I dive into the innermost secrets of our guest during our one-on-one conversation and discover something that you probably didn't know. This should get very interesting, so sit back, relax, and don't forget your cup of coffee.
It's more than the driver. It's more than the car. For Lotus F1 team, the winning edge starts with the cloud, powered by Microsoft Dynamics, Azure, and Office 365. The team can analyze and share data from over 200 sensors, working in sync to make the calls that make the difference between winning and losing. This is the Microsoft Cloud.
Welcome back to Coffee Time. I'm your special guest host, Stacia Tomlinson. Today's guest's path to acting has been nothing short of amazing. This firefighter and ex-Marine studied at the Negro Assembly Theater Company, which brought to you talents like Denzel Washington, Ossie Davis, and Felicia Rashad. He then took his acting skills to the big screen, starring in roles in BET's Gun Hill, movies Notorious, Dead Man Down, and more. Currently starring in NBC's top-rated show, The Blacklist, please welcome the greatest actor on NBC, Hisham Tawfiq. How are you?
Thank you.
How are you doing?
For having me. I'm doing great.
I mean, it's nice and warm. I feel like in somebody's living room, right?
Yes, a wonderful space you have here.
So let's get into your background. I was reading up on you. You played football in college?
Well, I played football in high school. Funny you say that, because yesterday I was at my son's. He just started playing high school football, and it was such an emotional moment, like knowing what he's doing and what I tried to do. But I played in high school, but I kept getting injured, so I didn't pursue it in college. So
in your senior year in high school, you got injured.
Yes.
And then tell me, which surprisingly, where you went after that.
Well, I got injured, broke my ribs, and collapsed the lung.
Oh,
So it was just as a dare, you know, the football players, we used to run by the dance studio and just look at all the girls dancing. And they used to put a poster on the window so we couldn't look in. So we'd have to really peek in. And on that poster was Herschel Walker, who was a great running back for the Dallas Cowboys. And he had on tights, and he had a ballerina he was posing with. So I come to find out that's how he trained for his balance.
Which a lot of the athletes do. They take dance classes.
Absolutely. So I was like, if Herschel Walker can take a dance class and they dared me, I was like, I'll take a dance class. So I took it as a dare. It was mostly West African dance class, and I fell in love with the rhythm of the drums. And during my senior year, I know I had the opportunity either to go to Hampton or Cornell, but I had to go to summer school. But my dance company was also going to France. So
how could you pass that up, right?
I couldn't.
So you were taking dance classes in France?
Well, no, actually I took dance classes in high school, but when we went to France, we went to perform.
Oh, wow.
So we performed in France.
Okay, nice. And then from there you went to the Marines. Was that
an
immediate thing?
I came back from France, and you know, my father passed away when I was a senior in high school, which also was the reason I didn't have guidance also. So when I came back, I worked all of these jobs for like a year. Yankee Stadium, Athlete's Foot, and then something said I needed to get out the city, so I jumped up and joined the Marines.
So right after the Marines, it wasn't like straight into acting, right?
No. Well, when I came back from the Marines, I picked up with my dance company again, so I continued to dance with them, and then I just took all the civil service exams, you know, fire department, corrections, police, and corrections called me first, so I became a correction officer, but I still kept dancing. And, you know, after a while, I just said, let me try acting, and just crossed over.
You seem like a man of many traits. So what's the main factors of acting that you absolutely loved?
Well, acting, I mean, you get to tell, I love telling stories. I was always creative. And I think with acting, you get a chance to take on all of these roles, whether they're good or bad, and you just get to play. And you get to create magic. And that's something that I just fell in love with doing.
Fantastic. So we're going to take a quick break. Right after this, I'm going to get more into the acting realm with you. All right? So stay tuned. You're watching Coffee Time. I'm here with the fantastic
Hisham.
Hisham, yes. We've been trying to work this out all day. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Dr. James Covington. He runs an illegal organ transplant ring.
He's the world's most dangerous surgeon.
He's killing innocent people to sell off their parts.
But tracking him down will lead them to the unimaginable.
Oh my God.
And for Red, everything could be crumbling.
You've become a liability. You're out. Kill him.
The Blacklist, all new this Monday at 10/9 Central on NBC.
Welcome back to Coffee Time. I'm here with Hisham. So let's get back into the whole acting. So you're a firefighter.
Yes.
And you're taking drama lessons?
Well, I believe I always stay in class, a scene study class, so I never stopped taking classes.
What was your fondest memory of that acting period before you hit the big screen?
I just loved training, and I think I loved realizing that when you was at a certain point and you knew you needed to get to the next level, I just loved being aware of that and then going to take a class to get me to the next level. So I just loved growing, and you know, knowledge is infinite, you're always growing. So I just loved going to classes. It never gets boring because you're just constantly learning.
What was your first role, like when you said to yourself, oh my gosh, I think I made it?
No, honestly, that was, I just came back from the Marines. Spike Lee had announced on the radio that he was looking for teenagers between 16 and 19. And I remember going to this public school auditorium, and it was like a dark-skinned brother, bald-headed, and I go in there, I'm like, I got this. And it's like 500 dark-skinned brothers with bald heads.
You're like,
in there.
I don't think I'm going to stick out.
But it was for Spike Lee's Clockers.
Okay.
So I got picked out, you know, I got picked out of the audience. I went up, but I think I was too old for the role. Mekhi Phifer then got it, and I got an extra role. So in the beginning of Clockers, I think I get shot and I'm laying down in the street, but that was like my first.
Do you remember that scene at all, and how'd you?
Absolutely, it starts the movie. So it actually wasn't a scene. At the beginning of the film starts with like all of these drug dealers shot.
Yeah.
And then I'm one of the drug dealers.
Was it like a dramatic, like, oh?
Well, they didn't even show me getting shot. It was
No?
just like already on the floor.
You were just on the ground already.
I was already on the ground shot.
But you're in the movie, and that was a good thing, right?
Yes, it was my first role.
Nice.
And I remind them of that when I see it.
So being a Marine, a firefighter, what are some of the skills you brought into the acting world? Did that help you?
Well, there's the work ethic, especially with the Marines. I mean, it's 4 a.m. wake up, work till sundown, and it's just constant. There are no breaks. So I just think knowing that there's always persistence, you got to keep at it, you got to win, you have to overcome, you have to adapt. All of that was drilled in my head in the Marines and in the fire department. So I just carried all of that training, that mental endurance into my craft.
So you were 20 years into the force.
February, I'll have 20 years.
Yes, and you're retiring. How does that feel?
It's scary. I mean, I've been working all my life. So, I mean, you finally get to a point where you start thinking about not having that steady city check. It's like, it's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's freeing. So I'm looking forward to it.
So how is your schedule with taping Blacklist and then firefighting at the same time?
It works out great. It's been a blessing. I knew, you know, at first when I was in corrections, I was working 5 days a week. And when I took the fire department test, I knew that the schedule was much more flexible, and that was one of my reasons for crossing over. So it's like one of the best kept secrets. If you can work about 6 days a month, if you do 24-hour shifts, so it's about 2 or 3 days a week. So what I do is I try to work a lot of weekends, and it frees up my week to shoot with the Blacklist.
Well, I applaud you. Congratulations on the 20 years. That's a huge, huge milestone in your life.
Thank you.
So what's next? I know you have Blacklist, but is there anything else that you want to take on with acting?
Well, I mean, I did another show called Gun Hill for BET, which they're still discussing to see what they're going to do. It's supposed to be a 1-hour cop drama on BET. So I play a captain of this drug unit with Lorenz Tate. So I'm excited about that, to see what direction it goes in. And then there's a lot of things that are coming up that I'm excited about. Some theater opportunities. I mean, my first, you know, I started off dancing, but theater was like really. Do
you sing too? Because I would just get up right now.
I don't sing. I mean, I might think I can sing, but I don't think the public
Maybe
does.
in the shower, right?
I might try it. But yeah, I mean, I want to do it all. I really want to dive in some good theater. you know, do some great movies, some great, you know, I would like to write some stuff too. So there's a lot more to do.
Fantastic. So we're going to talk a little bit more about your character on Blacklist.
Okay.
So we'll be right back. We're here at Coffee Time.
When the game's on the line,
hit him with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
the NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
I am here with Hisham from the Blacklist, the top-rated show on NBC. We were talking about it this morning. Everyone was raving about it. So let's talk about your character, Dembe.
Okay. Well, Dembe is a ex-freedom fighter from South Sudan. And I think in the first episode, they shed a little light on him about, you know, just going through some type of traumatic childhood and being rescued by James Spader's character, Red Reddington. And that's where the bond comes from. Mm-hmm. But there's just a lot of mystery surrounding that hopefully will be revealed in the future episodes.
How is it working with James on set?
It's been amazing. He's just a great actor, you know, very specific with his choices, very detailed, and it's a blessing and a great opportunity just to watch someone like that and learn and just steal a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing.
Take in those skills he has, right?
Absolutely. It's like one of those master acting classes.
Is there any characteristics that match you and your character?
Yeah, I think Dembe.
You're a badass on the show. I'm
well,
hearing, no?
The funny thing is Dembe looks badass and
Yeah.
scary, but he's really a gentle, compassionate guy.
Really?
Yes.
And that's more of you?
Yes.
Like, I'll take that one. Fantastic.
I mean, if like it's starting to be revealed in a lot of the episodes. Like I think the last episode, you know, we're in this pastry shop, and the old woman says, "Oh, Dembe, you know, you're a sweet, gentle boy." And so you're gonna start seeing a lot of those type of things, and you know, he's not like this evil, beat you up bad guy, even though everybody thinks that. But
yeah.
he
protects the bad guy.
He does, and that's
Wouldn't that consider him a bad guy?
No, he's a loyal guy.
Oh, okay, so that beats it. Huh?
Yes.
So is there, because actors like Denzel Washington, the great actors out there, they don't break character. Is that something that you practice on set?
I think it depends on the role. I mean, I'm able to break character when between takes, and I mean, you don't totally let go, but I mean, I can smile and talk to you and have a conversation about something that has nothing to do with what we're doing, and then when it's time to shoot the scene, jump back in again.
What is one of your favorite moments, I guess, in the season?
Well, it was probably episode 8 or 9, the Ansel Garrett 2-part series, where James and I had this moment, and I was about to be killed, and we just had this prayer together and both acknowledged our friendship, you know, and how much love and respect we had for each other. That was just a great moment to do, especially with James. So I would say that's probably the best one.
I heard James told the producers that he didn't want your character to ever get killed. That's why you said killed. I was like, he said he didn't want you to leave. So how did you feel about that?
Well, you know what's funny? I still haven't seen it. My Twitter fans hit me up on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, thank James for keeping you alive." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So apparently in the box set for the Blacklist, there's some behind the scenes commentary, and that was said. So I still have to get the box set so I can look at it.
And then you put that right next to your contract and say, "I'm not going anywhere."
But I will say this too, and it comes up a lot. You know, some people are like, "Okay, so James said you're never going to get killed, so you're not going to get killed." I'm like, whoa, this is TV. Nothing's guaranteed. I mean, we can see, you know, all of the past shows, there's a lot of great characters that are going to get killed off. So I would never say I'm safe, but I take it day to day, episode by episode.
Fantastic. And what should people take away from the show? Is there like a moral?
I would say that nothing is ever what it appears to be. You know, for the show, everybody sees criminals and taking down these criminals, but there's so much backstory on the criminals. There's so much backstories on why they're being taken out. And then I think you're going to see in a lot of future episodes the difference between Red and how he functions and how I function, and then how we have to function together. But I would say what you take away from this show is nothing is ever what it seems to be.
And lastly, besides The Blacklist, what are your top 3 favorite movies?
Wow, I love More Better Blues.
Oh, yes.
That's probably one of my number one.
That's a classic.
Yes, I have the poster in my house. I would say More Better Blues. You have to go with Love Jones. And then I love Gladiator.
Nice. That's a good round of movies right there.
Yeah.
A little soft and sensitive for your personality. Fantastic. Thank you so much for stopping by Coffee Time.
Thank you for having me.
And you can see this guy in action on NBC every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please join us again as we continue to share our guest experiences over a cup of coffee.